Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where I keep you up to date with all of the latest gaming news, and we had some huge news over the weekend, including Xbox Game Pass is getting, in my opinion, an absolute masterpiece of a game. It's not only one of my favorite games of this entire generation, but it's also one of my favorite games to ever be made, so we're going to talk about that and some more Xbox Game Pass news here in just a moment, and what it could possibly mean for the future of Xbox. Also, we have some reports on a pretty major Nintendo collection, and trust me, if you are a Mario fan, you're not going to want to miss this. First though, let's talk about NieR, because Square Enix announced that they will be releasing a remaster of NieR Replicant for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam, which is always really good news. As you probably noticed right away, Square Enix did not forget about Xbox this time, because they often do forget about Xbox, so I'm really glad to hear that they didn't. But if you have been following me for a while now, you know I've been asking for a remaster of this game for quite a while, and so, I'm really excited about this one. It was late last year when I first spotted that a NieR 10th anniversary website popped up, so I did have a sneaky suspicion that it was going to happen eventually, but once Platinum Games started announcing that they have Wonderful 101 Remaster in the works, as well as Project GG, and of course, you know, they have Bayonetta 3, and they have Babylon's Fall for the PlayStation 4, so, I started to lose a bit of hope that this was actually going to happen, but thankfully, it has finally been officially announced, and Square Enix confirmed that NieR Automata actually sold 4.5 million units, which is insane. So doing a remaster of Replicant, which is greatly overlooked, is a bit of a no-brainer. That is the thing though, because this remaster is not being developed by Platinum Games, but rather it's being made by Toy Logic. Don't worry though, because NieR Automata's Takehisa Tora is helping with development, so it should be in safe hands, and I do expect this to be really high quality after the huge success of NieR Automata. Again, you know, that sold 4.5 million units, which is really big for a Japan game. And this is where it gets really interesting, because if you actually played the first NieR game, you know it may have had an amazing story and characters, but it was held back a bit by its gameplay. Well, Square Enix seems to understand this, and because of that, NieR Replicant is right now being reported to be more of a version up than just a simple remaster. So it does sound like they are going to try and fix its problems by more than likely redesigning a lot of its gameplay elements and fixing some of the technical issues with it, and they're even saying it has a lot of new content. Now, we don't actually know what all they're adding to it right now, but it certainly sounds like they're treating this as a true AAA release. It's even being fully voice acted and re-recorded voices, and from my understanding, the voice actress for 2B will be making a return for this game as well. Now, that doesn't mean 2B will be in the game, but rather that the voice actress will be. Really though, this is incredibly exciting, because truly NieR Automata is one of my favorite games to ever be made, and it truly is a masterpiece. And that's the thing, there is a lot of fans that believes that the first NieR was actually better than Automata, but because it was hampered down by its gameplay, a lot of people just never got to experience it. It had really low review scores. And yes, the first game did have two different games. There was NieR Replicant, and then there was NieR Gestalt. Gestalt had you playing as the father that is looking to save his daughter, whereas Replicant you play as the brother. As of this moment, it looks like we will be playing the brother, but because this seems to be treated more as a remake, who knows, maybe the father will show up in the second or third playthrough, or maybe even through DLC. And yes, you did hear me correctly, NieR Automata is one of my all-time favorite games to ever be made, and as I noted in the introduction of this video, that game will be coming to Xbox Game Pass. So yes, there it is, NieR Automata will officially come to Xbox Game Pass on April 2nd, which is absolutely huge. I'm telling you, if you have not played NieR Automata and you own Xbox Game Pass, you need to do yourself a favor and play this masterpiece of a game. It has great gameplay with phenomenal combat, and its story is just so amazing with a beautiful soundtrack. Actually, I think the soundtrack is among the best to ever be made. Honestly, the village in NieR Automata is one of the best moments in gaming, in my opinion, and I do want to preface something real quick. If you do play NieR Automata and it's your first time, you need to complete the game to its credits at least 3 times. It's weird, but once you reach the final credits, it's not actually the end of the game. The second playthrough has you playing a different character in a different situation, and the third is much the same. I mean, you once again play a different character in a different situation. I will say the second playthrough is a little bit similar to the first, but the third will just blow your mind. This is a must-play game, and honestly, Xbox Game Pass is just the best deal in gaming, and it's not even close. I know I'm saying best a lot, but I mean, I truly do mean this stuff. You really couldn't have asked for a better game than this. But however, what does this exactly mean for the future of Xbox Game Pass? Well, Xbox Game Pass will also be releasing in Japan here soon, and that could end up being a really big deal. If you have noticed here recently, Phil Spencer has been prioritizing Japan. Not only are we getting NieR Automata on Xbox Game Pass, but we also got Yakuza 0 just about a month or so ago. You have Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, as well as several other Final Fantasy games coming soon to not only Xbox, but Xbox Game Pass as well, and even Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming. So really, Team Xbox seems to be trying to improve that Japanese catalog, and we can't forget other games like Monster Hunter World, which is huge in Japan. That's also in Xbox Game Pass. So once Xbox Game Pass releases there, we could see more Japanese developers try to experiment and release their games into Xbox Game Pass. This could end up being a way to get more Japanese games on the Xbox platform, especially if they start to see success doing this. I mean, look at it this way. Xbox fans are not known to be fans of Japanese games, but however, Xbox Game Pass statistically has been known to get gamers to play games that they usually don't. So when you release games like NieR Automata or Yakuza 0 into Game Pass, then a lot of people who haven't tried those games before are likely playing them now. And hey, they may end up loving them. And we also know that one reason Japanese developers skip over the Xbox platform is because they have had little success in the region of Japan. But what happens if Xbox Game Pass does well in Japan? Well, then it becomes a no-brainer for Japanese developers to release on the Xbox platform as well. And that's the thing, because we also know Team Xbox is releasing Project xCloud here soon as well in Japan. Now, Japan loves handheld consoles, so if they can play Xbox games on their phone, I mean, they don't even need the actual Xbox console. I mean, they can just use their phone. That could potentially be a really big deal. Now you just need to pair Project xCloud with Xbox Game Pass, which is wildly believed that is what's going to happen, and you may have something massive growing over there in Japan. I think that this is really smart, and we'll see what happens with this, but I do think that this could potentially be a really big deal. Nonetheless, though, Xbox Game Pass truly is amazing. You definitely need to go check out NieR Automata. As well, let's look forward to NieR Replicant. That is a game that I've been excited for a while. I keep hoping that we're going to get a remaster, and we finally are. Square Enix, though, is also apparently going to be releasing NieR Reincarnation for mobile devices, so I guess we'll have to wait and see how that one works out. I mean, mobile devices don't always get a lot of people excited, so we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, though, we do have some other stuff to talk about as well, because Nintendo is reportedly going to be releasing a huge collection for Mario's 35th anniversary. This will include several 3D Mario games such as Mario Galaxy. This is being reported on by both Eurogamer as well as the Video Game Chronicles, which are very trustworthy news outlets. So this is pretty much confirmation, to be quite honest. Neither seems to be confirming every Mario game that is available in this, though they both do say Mario Galaxy, but Gematsu, another well-respected news outlet, is reporting that Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, and Sunshine will all be included in Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, which would make this the single biggest Mario release to ever be made, and that's not at all either. All three VGC, Eurogamer and Gamatsu are reporting that a new Paper Mario is in development. Now, if you've been following me for a while now, we should have already seen this one coming, as I have reported on multiple leaks by this point from trusted insiders, but leaks are one thing. This is more confirmation than anything. It appears, yes, those leaks were indeed true, and that we will be seeing a new classic Paper Mario game, which I cannot tell you how excited I am for that. I'll tell you though, this episode of News Dose has been great for me personally because the original Paper Mario is actually one of my favorite games. I played that multiple times as a kid, and I'm super excited to see what Nintendo does with the franchise if they truly are making another classic Paper Mario game. Just please do not make it another spin-off is all I ask. Stick with the classic formula. It was perfect the way it was. The question though is, when will Nintendo announce these games? They did just have a Nintendo Direct last week, so why didn't they just announce them there? Well, the Video Game Chronicles noted that they were planned for E3, though of course that has now been cancelled. Even then though, we do expect some kind of E3 replacement, so I do expect these to be officially announced by Nintendo in June at some point. I do think most of the big publishers are going to stick to that June timeline of releasing their E3 content. We don't have any official confirmation just yet, but I really can't imagine they would wait too much longer than that. Either way though, are you excited about a new Paper Mario game and this Super Mario 3D World Deluxe Collection? I mean, this is pretty huge stuff here, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Moving on though, we do have a few other things to talk about real quick. I was a little excited, so I wanted to talk about some of the really big stuff first, but do you remember seeing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition last week? Well, apparently the remaster is more of a remake. It actually appears they're using the Xenoblade 2 engine to remake some of the characters in this game. I didn't notice this when I first watched the trailer last week, but once fans started digging into this, they started showing side-by-side pictures of the original game to the remaster, and it's a night and day difference. The remaster just looks so much better. It's even hard to believe that they're even... I don't know why Nintendo isn't really talking about this, but this really does seem like it is a remake. So yeah, I mean, it looks like Nintendo put a lot of work into the Definitive Edition, and this is just more reason to play it. We also got another PlayStation 5 game announcement this weekend, which is actually a timed exclusive for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. When asked about it on Twitter, it was heavily hinted that this will be coming to other platforms later on, but yes, a new horror first-person shooter, Quantum Error, was officially announced for the PlayStation 4 and 5, and this comes from the developers Team Kill, which was behind Kings of Lorne: The Fall of Ibris, which was a bit of a technical mess from my understanding. I never played it myself. However, I do think that Quantum Error looks pretty good here, so it might be worth it to pay attention to. And last but not least, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's campaign may possibly release tomorrow. This has been reported on by multiple respected news outlets, and I don't know if there is any guarantee on this one, but I mean, it could end up being another stealth launch for Call of Duty within just the last month. Of course, they did that with the Call of Duty Battle Royale mode, which was at 30 million players last I heard, which is ridiculous. But if you do like Call of Duty, keep in mind Modern Warfare 2 may release tomorrow. Again though, this is not any kind of confirmation. Anyways though, like I said, I was going to keep those last few pieces brief, but as always, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Peace out.